Gonna get knocked out. We had the interesting ban of Thatcher, which changed up the gameplay primarily on the third floor site back on the last map. This time it's gonna happen once again. So there he goes, Two-Face taking the same approach that Drac did in their match, trying to knock out Thatcher and make this third floor site a bit more difficult for EG to attack for the first 6 rounds.
All right, now it's EG's turn, and it's gonna be, we saw Capital last time. This time it's gonna be Jackal, and rightfully so. Jackal dominated Cafe whenever we saw him in Thomas's hands. If you're a roamer, Jackal is the outright counter to you. He's going to be able to track you for a good amount of time, and his toolkit is just phenomenal. He has 2 smoke grenades, secondary shotgun, and also that C7E is pretty amazing. It hits hard.
That means that, of course, we are going to have Capital be in the pool now, which changes up a lot of things. Like, for instance, you don't have as much room for Maestro to play behind that wall sitting on the inside of the third floor site. I'm pretty sure he can get bolted out of that spot. Now, quite a few other similar positions that are now no longer safe, quote unquote, because of those asphyxiation bolts, the fire bolts that we're going to see Capital have access to going into this match. Speaking of which, it's time to start, so let's go.
Yeah, I would actually prefer Echo get banned 10 out of 10 times compared to Maestro, only for the simple fact that Maestro has so many counters. I mean, Sledge, Zofia, Ash, Twitch. Thatcher was currently banned. So many operators. Okay, Gio, who are you? Okay.
Got a Finka?
He was Nuck, and then he went to Montaigne, and we got Finka.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that too. Those operators are now unlocked.
I'm not going to question the Finka pick at all. Think about it. Look at the roster. But Gio's going to utilize this.
Oh, the 6 pick to the knock.
Marcy, if he picks Nuck, we watch his point of view.
We got the Finka.
I want to see what he does with Nuck. It's going to be the first time we see her on USN.
They picked it, I think they picked it last night too, if I remember correctly.
So take a look at this this lineup. You have Nuck. He's going to be powered by Finka, obviously. But right behind Nuck, we have Ash and Zofia. Mo Dig and MVK, they're going to have pretty much the strongest gun set on this roster, so they're looking to just burst through the site. And I'm really, excuse me, like, whatever Gio has up his sleeve, this is going to be fun.
10 seconds left.
All right, guys, let's see what exactly EG has to show us here on USN.
Oh,
5 seconds.
sorry, I was going to point out the simple fact. By the way, Nuck cannot be seen on cameras, so that's just for the new guys out there.
When the ability is activated, she gets a silent step similar to Caveira, and again gains that the camera hiding effect that you see on operators like Vigil.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Gio on it too. Gio again being that kind of clutch player you look for on EG in a lot of situations. So let's see what exactly Gio's got to show us here.
This is Gio's actual debut. Evil Geniuses played in the USN Finals last year in December in Las Vegas. He was not able to go due to not having a visa to go to America. He's from Mexico. Now he has it, and he is attending USN. If they're able to make it that far, this is a very strong team, one of the best in the game. So this is our real first look at, this is our first look at Evil Geniuses full roster ever in USN as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I've been doing this.
So Gio still going to be droning at this point, but Necrohawks with a Kobe nade there right on top of Dream takes out the smoke and eliminates him, bringing us down to a 5v4 very early on in the round. Now Gio started to push in from the balcony.
You sneaky man. Currently in reading room. Okay, he's going to go ahead and recharge his battery on his presence reduction utility. A little bit of drone work. Gio's obviously going to be solo. And I can only guess, the moment he gets close enough to sight to sneak in, the boost is going to come through, the attack's going to come from all angles, and Gio is going to be the solo man that's able to make a big play. But the Adrenal Surge, it wasn't really utilized because they really didn't need it as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know. But slowly going up white steps, going on barbed wire, they're able to hear it, the audio cue is there, and Gio's going to find himself in a 1v1 now. Yeah, they know he's there.
Such a hard push to make, unfortunately, with him knowing that Crazy or another player from Two-Face could potentially be right around the corner. So Gio ends up backing up, more than likely temporarily. Down to about a minute left here. Still a good amount of time for EG to play with. You've got NVK in a good position too here. He's going to be able to deal with a lot of those reinforcements sitting behind the wall. Gio will finally strike, catching Filthy. I don't believe he would have been aggressive in that situation. More than likely potentially caught him peeking balcony maybe. And we're going to see Young popping open this soft wall actually. But that should stretch, yeah, that should stretch slightly over to the next wall. Now, does not give him enough room to push through it, but does give him a bit of a purview. Geo strikes with a second. He's now just in the push, by the way, no longer being sneaky, spamming through with that gun to the other side. You guys said this gun was bad. Look at it, it's fragging out right now. Modiga's going to be able to get the next one here as well, finding creators, and Geo gets the 3K. It's a flawless round from EG to start out the map.
Like, yo, Marcy, next time we stay on Geo the entire round. Geo was able to sneak around with the white stairs. Okay, he found out who's in 1v1. He's going to go ahead and rotate over the red stairs. Moved in, was able to get the kills necessary to help his teammates push in a bar, attempt to get the defuse down, and Geo was able to get that last kill. That was great. That was pretty cool. I never thought we'd really see Nuck used like that, but Geo is showing, Geo and Netcrocs are annoying. First we have the Finka and Nut combo. Now we have the Lion and Nut combo.
And that's essentially exactly what you want to look for with Nook as well, or that's exactly how you want to use Nook, is almost like counter roam, or like an active counter roam, I guess you could say, as well as just great intel overall there too. We're going to see it 6 picked away this time, though, as Geo does initially select it, but ends up on a Twitch instead. So not going to be relying on that, but we still have the Finka, so that's going to be continuing.
So there are so many cameras on the side of Two-Face. It is too bad that none of them can see Geo. I hope that they have a lot of barbed wire, a lot of traps and audio cues to be able to stop him. But you know what? There's going to be no lesion. No lesion on this defending side. So things are going to get a bit tricky because Two-Face, they really don't have a counter to Geo. The only counter to Geo was just a gunfight at this point. So Creators, yeah, he's going to be able to gather intel to call out every single player on Evil Geniuses if he's able to see them with the Valk Cam. But that's pretty much it. Same with the Evil Eyes.
All right, guys, so into yet another round we go here. Time for Two-Face to show us how to close out here now, as they're going to look for their own first round. Evil Geniuses will look for the second successful attack against the site. However, they'll bring the Twitch in. It's going to help them potentially deal with some of this utility a little bit more easily if the drones don't get spotted. If not, instead of having to use the Zofia to wrap all the way around the new Valk and then potentially use the charges to take out some of the batteries or electric claws that are sitting behind those walls leading into the freezer, which of course is usually the main focal point for attackers on this site. Obviously, just doing that with a drone is a lot less risk involved.
Yeah, the one thing I like about this new EG, they waste no time at all. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Canadian was an amazing playmaker, and, I love him. I love him. He has so much history behind him, so much rich history. But this new look Evil Geniuses, now that Canadian's gone and Modiga came in, it's just so much more confidence in just being aggressive and pushing and forcing Two-Face hand whenever they are in a gunfight situation. So, Mute Jammer's in place. It's going to stop the advancement of any drone play. Here goes the EOD.
Yeah, so with the Lion instead of the Finka, my bad there, misread the symbols. So we are going to see Geo continue to push after that ping goes out. Look for a player over towards the white stairs. Try to flush them out. But right now, not finding much in that respect. They are going to stay in position here. We'll see Modiga and the rest of the team still try to push in through Christmas here. Trying to see if there's any Valk Cams or anything like that hiding in the back. Second scan's going to come out from the Lion. And they will continue to wrap around here. Now up to the wall, having cleared out Christmas. Oh, putts! A bit of spam from Filthy through that one soft wall. Takes out Modiga. Stray bullet. Knocks him down. And we end up at a 5v4.
So the Ash is going to go down, which is a huge blow to EG. But the utility really isn't needed. Just gunfire. But exothermic charge currently being in place. And Young, I'm going to say it, he's one of my favorite hard breach support players in the game. He's so phenomenal. His clutch factor is actually pretty crazy. So here it is. A minute left to go. EG pretty much stuck in Cigar Piano area. We're just waiting on them to go ahead and attack. It's a standstill.
Two-Face once again trying to deny any breach capability whatsoever. So NVK is going to pop up in the soft wall. Leave the possibility open for these guys to maybe have a bit of an angle to work with to play against the player in the Maestro spot back there. But it doesn't look like they actually have a way to get this wall open at this point. Third and final Lion scan going to go out. Only catches the Maestro sitting behind cover, and it's only going to draw people out for Filthy to get a second kill now. Butter is also finding one with a Nitro Cell, takes down Young, and Geo, once again, trying to pull off this White Stairs flank, but the problem is he's the only one left on his team now. He immediately goes down to Creators, and that's Two-Face with a flawless round as the response to EG's own flawless round back on the last.
I called him the GOAT, and we're going to put some respect on his name. I'm going to give all the credit at the beginning of the round to Filthy. Filthy on Maestro was able to get that 2K, knocking out Modiga, getting the 2K to clear out the round, and it was pretty vital in that. And when you have a strong anchor player like him that is just aware of every type of situation, of knowing where where they're going to attack, where they're going to push, and having the line of sight locked in to secure those kills, Filthy does that. But this time, Maestro's going to be on creators as Filthy is going to run around with Castle as we go over to the first floor. So a bit of a role change now.
Castle should be expected more than likely by EG in this situation, though. I doubt the 6 pick's going to catch them off guard too much. As soon as they see that there's no batteries on the ground and the Castle barricades, that'll give itself away. And again, just to mention this Castle, very common pick here, so they should already have a pretty good idea of how to deal with it. They've got breaching charges, they've got a Zofia, they've got an Ashe. Those barricades aren't going to do much, unfortunately.
All right. Geo on top, or 6 Mio Etrix. Geo's had a lot of different Uplay tags. Like
there's a J in it now, it looks like.
He changes his Uplay name like all the time. We're gonna need some consistency, my man. I love Geo. Such a phenomenal player. It was pretty funny because when Geo couldn't play for a short amount of time, we've seen Gotcha play in his place, and EG they thrive. And it wasn't because Gio was bad or anything. It was just, I'm just going to chalk it up to just chemistry. It just something wasn't working. And his team change seemed to have been the right call for EG so far.
Also, there's the fact that Gotcha is apparently like the highest rated player in Pro League history or something like that.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
I forget who, it's one of the coaches, right? I forget if it's Gotcha or someone else, but
yeah.
Someone has a ridiculous stat like that.
By the way, I said Nuck earlier when Gio picked him. I know it's Nuck now, so listen, you guys, I want to thank you for helping me out with that in the chat. All right, so here it is, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Drone currently being shot out, and VK knows exactly where the roamer is. Stun grenade, he's going to go ahead and pocket it momentarily, but he's not going to attack it alone. Drop it down, this Hash seems to be like an ideal play. There's not going to be any presence over here, any type of pressure provided. So he's going to be more free, more loose to run around, circle around, and get this kill.
Push starting to come in from EG as they've blown up in the red stairs hatch and have pushed down it without much resistance. As you can see from the drone cams now, Two-Face do not have a presence established up here whatsoever, and have focused everything on the site once again to try and play into that, and more likely try to bring this down to as low of a time situation as possible. Geo, though, going to strike first here, but quickly gets traded out by Butters. We go down to a 4v4, but Butters not out of the hot spot just yet. Is able to find the trade onto Young. Takes him out, puts Two-Face in the driver's seat, if only temporarily.
Yeah, locked in the corner, he was able to drag out those kills when the ADS plays. I'm pretty sure Butters is going to go ahead and just hold it down there. He doesn't want to risk leaving that corner at all. There we have Modiga. I was holding my breath waiting for that kill, but Modiga was able to sneak out such a nice kill over from red stairs. And EG just firing back on all cylinders now. It's going to be an even game, 3v3.
Crocs once again looking for some angle to take. I think he can see Butters' gun potentially sticking out there. It may not have realized that it was an actual player, or just knows that the duel can't be taken right now while Butters is holding in that spot. Butters can't really move from it either, just due to how low the HP is. Hoping that someone else can take care of it, and patience is rewarded. Butters gets the hop-in kill against Modiga there, takes him out, and now leaves EG with only 2 left to play into.
Yeah, Butters hasn't even moved. The Toxic Babe downing and killing NVK. Two-Face winning their 2nd round in a row. Great play from that anchor. Most specifically, Dream as Smoke. Last time we saw him here at USN, he was able to pull out an ace. This guy knows how to win.
All right, so on to the next round. It's Two-Face with the advantage now after closing out the previous 2 rounds, but that also means their site selections are quite restricted. 2 to 4 are out until the next round when the 3rd floor becomes available once again. So they're going to go to the reading room site. Both of the 2nd floor sites have Fireplace as one of the sites there, but the difference is you pick between either the reading room or I believe it's the oil room. That's the other site there. So, or mining, excuse me. So they're going to end up going for the reading room option here before they can go back upstairs.
So I love the fact, actually, so even though Cafe isn't one of my personal favorite maps to play on, I love watching it because Dokkaebi is so useful here. We never see, we don't really get to see a lot of her come into play. And now after the update in Ember's Rise, she actually has a frag grenade now. So Dokkaebi has the utility where, you know, she's able to hack cameras, able to sniff out roamers by hacking their cell phones. She has frag grenade at her disposal as well. The DMR and the SMG in her arsenary is great. She has everything needed to just be a solo roamer to go ahead and kill other roamers.
Could you imagine like her, Buck, and Sled is just like opening up an entire room, ringing the phone, and then just dropping nades down at wherever they hear noise?
Right, exactly. Like she has everything needed. Oh. So it's gonna be, who is it? Necrox that's on her. Perfect player to don that operator. Necrox, he's not a player that puts himself in risky situations. He always plays it safe, which is what I love. He's very efficient when it comes to getting kills and just playing the game in general. So him on Dokkaebi is pretty much a match made in heaven.
We are going to see the rest of EG start working their way up to the roof, and this little terrorist over here on the side, I believe, to start poking their way into the site. Definitely not showing any signs of trying to actually push or commit to anything this early on in the round, but still are going to be doing a bit more of exploration and probably quite a bit more droning for the next 20 to 30 seconds before we take them or start to see them make any serious moves here.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the thing about Cafe. Because the map is so big, it takes a while to really... Wow.
That's a 50 HP gone from Geo, as I think it was a little bit too close to the charge.
Yeah, that was rough.
And they'll also lose NVK trying to push in to Fireplace. Through the Fireplace itself, Modig is able to hold off against the push from Filthy from downstairs, taking him down to bring us into a 4v4 at least. But you have to remember, both Geo and Modig have now taken damage from this, so they're going to be incredibly low. Necrox will get a little bit of a boost here, though, as he's going to move in and hack the team's cameras.
Well, even though they're down in health, they're going to be up in intel. This camera's currently going to be hacked, so Evil Geniuses are going to have access to every single camera on the map. Along with their drones, I'm going to say they're going to have the advantage over Two-Face right now when it comes to intel. Oh, and peeking the corner, Butters is making it melt. Able to drop Young in. Yeah, Geo able to pop off and get the refrag. That was a nice one.
Yeah, Butters unfortunately staying a bit too immobile for too long, thinking that they would just recommit to that instead of attempting to fire back through that one soft wall. And that ultimately leads to the downfall of Butters there, who was set up to multi-frag. EG still doing good work here, despite the loss of more players at this point. And as well, more health. You can see both Modig and Necrox now. Red blinking HP for them. Geo, the only one that can really try to take a duel and potentially come out of the losing end of it while still alive.
Oh.
You're really going to have to try and find some kind of strength or at least a lot of intel to make this push successful, because if not, Two-Face should be able to hold this easily.
All right, so Blue, this is the thing. Take a look at Evil Geniuses. You have two players with blinking health, but also Two-Face are going to have Dream, who's live, who's accumulating more goo mines as the round goes on. So let's say if Evil Geniuses, they find themselves in, let's say, a 3v1 scenario and it's just Dreams. If they step on a goo mine, it might be enough to actually...
The big issue with the goo mines is, look, we can see them right now. They're not where they need to be. They're over towards Terrace entry and coming in from first floor. They're not going to stop EG pushing in here.
I need to put them over near the doorway. And that 3v1, like I was talking about. Oh.
Dream left alone and doesn't stay that way for very long. EG, despite the low HP and the near disadvantage they were up against, it doesn't seem that Two-Face had a good idea as to where the push was going to come from. So EG execute flawlessly in that late round 3v3, get the job done, and bring us back, I believe, into a tied situation now, indeed, at 2-2.
Yeah, that's a really good eye that you have right there, Blue.
Expand.
So I call it could be a 3v1 scenario, which it turned out to be. But Dream's placement of the goo mines were just irrelevant. Like, the placements were actually terrible. If you put them in a doorway or whatnot, or even in a hallway, Evil Geniuses, they would have set them off, and it could have been enough to kill 2 out of 3 of them.
Yeah, they were all preemptive for like different types.
Yeah,
of
like
pushes.
white stairs and stuff.
Yeah,
and laundry.
It was all for early round pushes, as far as I could tell too. So he didn't have anything set up for late round there, unfortunately.
Yeah, so he runs out and tries to clutch the 1v1, especially knowing that there's another guy in the hallway to his right, and he was unable to come out with the win. So yeah, EG, they're gonna tie things up. That was a round Two-Face could have possibly won to be up 3-1 here on defense. So once more, we're gonna have 2 more rounds until the roles swap. And taking a look at the stats so far, Butters is on the top thanks to that 3K that we saw not too long ago, and of course Geo is going to be up there as well.
They did trade out the operators a little bit here. Butters went over to the Cade. Filthy is actually on the Maestro now. So just a little swap up there for anyone who's keeping tabs on who's playing which operator.
Yeah. The one thing that is kind of scary, and I'm just waiting for it to happen, NVK hasn't even warmed up yet, and this is an even game.
That's a very good point, actually. We yet to see
Yeah.
that fragging power come out from NBK. A lot of it's been on Geo right now, especially in the first round that they won right there. Definitely putting a lot of the pressure on him, but that's I guess what we come to expect that a Geo is more presence out of him in somewhat of an early round situation. NBK is usually the one that comes in for trades and just kind of keeps the team in the round through good fragging capability. But we haven't seen that as much just yet.
All right, Gio is going to be donning IQ right now, and he's going to be vital when it comes to getting rid of those Valk cams we spoke about earlier on in the day during the first game. So Gio's going to have some responsibility when it comes to that, but there's going to be no yokais in place due to Echo currently being banned and no traps. So Goop Mines aren't going to be a worry as well. So once he gets rid of those Valk cams, that's going to be it. It's just going to be all of the slaying after that.
Bomb spotted.
So we're going to continue to see Geo specifically just trying to see what their setup looks like on the inside of the site. Now he'll pop open, or at least damage the White Stairs window a little bit here. Get him ready if he wants to push back in. NVK, in the meanwhile, going to do a little bit of droning as multiple players from the team are trying to do this right now from up on top and set themselves up for a push. Once again, this third floor site can be very difficult to push into just because of how much control the defenders are given from the start.
Yeah, and that's exactly why Mira gets insta-banned on this site. It is so hard to push, and if Mira's on the board, she's going to see everything, and you would have nothing. It's going to be so hard to push across that area, so there you have it.
So, again, just waiting for EG to make the first move here. They've got access to Christmas, but as you might be able to imagine, with Thatcher banned out, trying to get some of the initial walls open is not going to be the easiest task in the world. We've got the Mute from Two-Faced along with the Cade, so while you may not see any electricity on those walls, more than likely there is a Mute jammer sitting behind it. We're able to deal with that, though, at least when it comes to the freezer push, and they've now got one of those walls open.
Scanning. Stay sharp.
All right, and Gio over in a cigar right now. He's taking a look, shooting out some utility off the wall. This is where the push that's ever going to come in on the balcony. MVK is going to be able to catch Filthy. This is going to be the first kill of the game. Now moving slowly towards Bar. A little pre-price in the backup to help out his teammates over in Piano as they look to pick up yet another kill. Modiga with the kill along with Gio. Yeah, this is a slaughter. Yeah, EG, they're just running rampant on Two-Face at the moment. Currently a 5v1. It's going to be all up to crazy.
Crazy does walk himself into a nice kill against Modiga since his rifle was peeked out a little bit there around the corner. Now, though, the 1v4 is where things get a lot more difficult, and as you'll see, they'll put him down quite quickly. Geometrics finishes things out there, and we'll see EG push ahead once again.
Two-Face, wake up! You do not want to lose a round like that, and with it being round number 6, this is it. This is going to be their last time on defense. Arguably the easiest side to play on this map. If you go down 2-4, it's going to look really slow when you're playing on attack.
It's going to be very rough indeed if they end up in a disadvantaged situation, especially when you consider, again, that the Thatcher ban was theirs. They wanted to knock it out to try and get some extra rounds going on defense here. So we'll have to see if that is going to come back to bite them when we switch sides, too.
So Gio's going to switch off a Nook and go to IQ, maybe? He hasn't confirmed it just yet. Yeah, he's going to switch over to IQ. IQ really isn't needed this round. Taking a look at the operators that have been chosen on Two-Face. But Sophia and Ash, I mean, they're here for the cause to go ahead and get rid of Maestro's Evil Eyes and also Castle's Barricade. So, I mean, utility is going to be on point for Evil Geniuses. It's going to be all about how Two-Face can counter the counter.
Of course, we've gone back downstairs for the last round of this half, too, as Two-Face are going to make their final attempt to defend the kitchen here. See if they can hold out against EG's push. The third floor did not prove successful. They just got out-fragged by EG at the end of the day. Even though EG didn't really have the greatest amount of control, they had just enough to win the round, and that's all they needed.
Gio and Modiga both sitting at 7 kills apiece. 7 kills apiece. That makes this team just so scary. Love the fact that so when we've seen roster changes for these top teams, for instance, let's say Fultz going to Space Age Gaming, it usually takes a while for these players to just get accustomed to the type of play style and gameplay that's provided on the team that they join. But Modiga, he jumped right in and he's shown that, hey, you know, there's no transition needed. I'm here to do what you guys need me to do, and I'm going to be successful at it from the jump. And he's proven that time and time again. But still, this is a close game. This can go any way at this moment, with Two-Face currently being down just by 1 round.
Crocs just rolling into Bakery here now, since they don't actually see a whole lot of presence established. They are basically just going to try and get these walls open as quickly as possible. And you can hear that mute jammer on the other side. That the Dokkaebi just managed to shoot out there, though. Flash to the inside to prevent any attempt to destroy this charge. And as such, there you go. The wall's going to open up without much of a hitch. That will allow for everyone on EG to start working their way in through prep at 2 minutes on the clock, which is ridiculously early.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Still, all players left alive. We haven't heard any logic bombs come from Necrox just yet. I'm guessing that is due to the fact that Evil Geniuses are just waiting to get... Oh yeah, there it goes. Logic bomb coming out. That means EG, they're ready for the attack. And NBK right on cue. He's going to get the drop on Filthy, who has been the victim of first blood for the second round in a row. So there you have it. Two-Face are going to be without their castle player.
Push in here for Butters is going to get caught by Geometrics. He picked the perfect time to jump off cams there, otherwise he might have found himself dead. Got a chance to respond to it. So again, EG take quite a big advantage here at the beginning of the round, still with half of it left to work with as well. Just have to deal with the mute, the smoke, and the Maestro, and they've got it. And they are already looking for one of them. Geo still hunting him down, takes out Dream. He could, he is, since he has the breaching charge, he's going to be able to push right through this castle barricade potentially. Look for kill number 2. He will get a red ping closer to the kitchen though. And a push apparently, as Crazy gets right up in his face. Thankfully that wall is soft, and we can see a response come in pretty much immediately. Creators were going to try and go for the res, but unfortunately it won't work out. He will be able to sneak a kill in onto Necrox though, but now he's in a 1v3, doesn't stand a chance as shots come raining in from above to give EG the 4-2 advantage at halftime.
Yeah, there was no hope for Creators at all, and it was pretty funny. We saw Butters in the spot where he got to 3K in that one round with a single ADS, and Geo jumped right in and made that his home. And with the little misdirection with the breach charge on the castle barricade, he ran back to the same spot. And unfortunately, Crazy was there to catch him. Great kill from Crazy, but it still was not enough for Two-Face to go ahead and win the round. It's left Maestro in the 1v3. You do not want to leave Maestro in the 1v3. Okay, he has useful, very useful utility around the map, but he can't use it if he wants to run around. So it's just all up to a 3-speed operator with one of the best guns in the game, the Auto 556. And speaking of the Auto 556, that's going to be Geo's role as the sides are going to swap. EG, they're going to have their turn on defense. It's Two-Face. We're going to see what they have on attack.
They get with the pro game removed there, swaps Jaeger to Jaeger, and we'll get into the first round of the half here.
Defenders,
into
protect your
our
bombs from being
first
defused
defense
by
from EG. This is actually going to be downstairs. A couple teams I noticed started doing this recently, especially when they're going up against competition.
Yeah.
They think they can easily take down. They'll usually try and sneak a round off on either the second floor or the first floor first before they attempt the third floor.
So Geo and Mo Digga, they're obviously having a race to see who can get the most kills this game. You see them neck to neck, 9 kills, 3 deaths apiece.
Young's just chilling in the meantime.
Young doesn't, so the cool thing about Young, and it's probably the scariest thing about Evil Geniuses, Young never has to do much in the roles that he plays. But whenever the opportunity arises, he performs, which is absolutely wow. So like me personally, Young is probably the scariest person on this team, to be completely honest. We've seen that on LAN with all of his clutches. I believe he actually won an esports award for clutch of like the month or whatever. That's
yeah, no, I think I heard about that.
Yeah. So I mean, he's very scary, and the fact that you have Mo Digga and Geo, along with MVK and Necrox in front of him, that's doing all the hard work, and Young is just waiting in the shadows for his moment. That says a lot about the depth on this team when it comes to fragging capability.
So the round has begun now. It's Two-Face's first attack on this map. We'll see how well that attack is going to go for them. As taking things pretty standard right now, as you might come to expect. Just waiting for Filthy to pop open the red stairs and new hatches so they can try to drop down and start to get some control leading into places like Christmas. We don't actually have the reinforcements there, though, since, again, we are playing downstairs, not onto this site upstairs, which Two-Face, I think, are still just looking for any of the roaming presence that might be established here before they start sending themselves down to clear at the second floor.
This is business as usual, and even though we do make a big point about maps and whatnot being defender-sided, most we see a lot of times it's very situational. Just because on Liquipedia it says the map is defender-sided doesn't mean you're guaranteed to win off of it. We've seen a ton of games being played at top levels where a team would just go all out on attack and just dominate on attack. So that's not always the case depending on the matchups. But Two-Face, I would still say that they have a fighting chance to go ahead and tie things up and give EG a run for their money. But they're going to have to do something now. I can't see them go down 2-5, 2-6 and battle back. That's just way too much for them to handle.
So obviously a lot of reconstruction being done here by the Hammer, or the Mace in this case, since he's got the skin. Just trying to find out some of the electronics that might be down below here as Crazy goes hunting and tries to see the setup that EG have brought to the table. This is going to be potentially a problem, though, because EG take the same stance that we saw Drac do, actually, in this same matchup, where they don't really have any roaming presence whatsoever. It's all curtailed back in the site itself right now, waiting for the push to come in.
Filthy, all alone with Sledge right now. Overlooking the B site. There's going to be 2 players right next to the site, but he's not going to be able to see him. And with the rotation through reading room, wonder what the play is now, but Modiga's going to try to catch him. Butter's going to get the best of Modiga. Young and Geo, they're going to get a double kill for Evil Geniuses, which puts Two-Face at a disadvantage at the moment.
Nice little peek there from NVK. Great timing on it as well. Was able to find out Butters. Leaves only a few players left standing here now for Two-Face. Thankfully, one of them is the IQ at least, so they can avoid a bit of disaster here, potentially. But at the end of the day, though, those numbers are not really advantageous to them. They also left the diffuser back, which is going to cost them very, very crucial seconds in this round. Now all being left onto Crazy in a 1v4 with 5 seconds left. I think it's a safe bet to say that this is not happening. And indeed, EG shut it down as they take control of round number 7 and continue to push closer and closer to that final matchup against Drac.
Great play by MVK getting that last kill right there, just showing his patience. Pretty much a gimme at that point in time. But EG is just outplaying Two-Face at the moment. Two-Face, they had a lot of real estate when it came to the attack, especially with the Sledge play from Filthy, but just no way to capitalize on it. With that bad rotation with Butters going downstairs and him getting caught up and just players just falling left and right with nobody there to refrag for him, there's no way you can really answer back to Evil Genius's aggression, even though that they're on defense.
So into the next round we will go. It's going to go back upstairs here. As again, just to tell you what EG were doing there, just trying to be able to close out on the first or second floor. It's usually the first floor site that we often see teams going for, basically just to try and see how their opponents play the attack generally, and then they go up to the third floor, which is expected to be the site that you can close out in one attempt in most cases.
How do you feel about this Modiga pickup from EG? When you first heard it, was this something that you expected, especially the type of player that they picked up?
I don't think I necessarily expected it to be Modiga specifically, but so far it's been working out really well. It seems like he's been fitting into the role quite nicely.
I like the fact that it's like EG, they've been re-energized. Because it came to a point in time where this team as a unit, looking at the history of them, getting second place at majors, choking away at the finals and whatnot, they weren't really doing too hot online as we're used to seeing from them. And this is just a breath of fresh air coming from this roster. And most of the time we talk about not doing roster changes when you're so close to just being successful at that point that you've been always trying to reach. And EG, they made that change. We all pretty much agreed that it had to be made, and they haven't looked back since.
There's always that honeymoon period, though, that you got to realize as well here that could potentially be affecting EG. It's always the case when a team makes a roster move that it could just be due to the fact that the team's really gelling right now, and that could end at literally any time.
Don't say that, Blue. We saw that with Luminosity, to be honest. Because Luminosity, they came out the gate swinging when they joined.
Yeah, that's true.
You remember that.
Right when they got picked up.
Yeah.
When that happened.
And then now they're starting to slow down now. Now they've been pretty much middle of the pack in NA. EG, on the other hand, they're just on fire.
So we'll see. There was also that time where Reciprocity was kind of in it too.
Yeah.
And honestly might still be in it a little bit, to be honest. But I think, it's been so long for them now that you can't really call it a honeymoon period anymore. They're just good, basically.
Oh, you're right. Looking at Two-Face playing right now, I want to see more explosiveness. We've seen it throughout the entirety of the game, especially coming from Butters and Filthy earlier on in the first half, but it seemed to have slowed down since then. But taking a look at their lineup, I mean, look at that. Ash, Twitch, IQ, they came to get out.
This is going to be a very aggressive team being set up here right now by Two-Face, looking to execute, and primarily execute here. Bringing just minimum utility to the table that's needed to deal with this site. Two-Face, that could cause problems for them, though, is only having the Twitch here really hurts their capability to try to take out some of these reinforcements. You do have the second breaching charge after we saw Creators use the first one. If they want to try to do that new Balk wrap to deal with what I assume is primarily mute jammers on the walls of Christmas to stop them from pushing in there.
Helped that a lot, and with Thatcher banned out in the operator phase, there's no counter for that at all. You're going to have to shoot out those jammers. And look, they can't even get the drones past right now to look down that hallway, down White Stairs. But Netcrox, he's going to be able to look at Crazy, and he's going to be able to kill him with a nice headshot, kick things off.
That's
pretty quiet until that point.
It's going to be the IQ going down in that situation as well. So again, losing that utility to try and find these electronics. Thankfully, I believe she's done her job at this point. Nice little bait there to get.
Oh,
Filthy with a
wow.
quick switch to find kill number 2. Oh, if he banks this nade right, it might get Modiga as well. It's going to bounce down behind him. Oh, and it knocks him. Doesn't get the full kill though. So someone can run around and res, but no longer. That nade's going to come in, should easily finish him off. There it is. Filthy, absolutely decimating EG, bringing them down. So only 2 players left.
Filthy, we're going to call him nasty this round. Two-Face, the round is theirs to take. But EG, they know how to win these. Question is, can they clutch it? Now down to 15 seconds. C4 currently going out. It's not going to connect, but Necroc's going to turn around. Ash is going to go ahead and get the best of him. Now in a 1v4, the diffuser is going to go down, and Two-Face now, finally, breaking the streak from Evil Geniuses and winning a round, thanks to Butters wrapping up that last kill. But Filthy with that 2K was absolute. That was really nice. That was, yeah, the 2K at first was really nice. The frag grenade to get that 3K was just the icing on the cake. So, hey,
Just great read on the situation, basically.
they're picking it up.
Perfect game sense. Really
Picking
good
it
stuff.
up. Make it a game, Two-Face. We want to see it. We want to see you take this down to the wire.
Still going to be a pretty hefty advantage to EG for the time being, however, and obviously having those issues on the 3rd floor, so meaning that they won't reattempt it immediately. They're going to go back downstairs, do a reading room instead, and try that one out before the 1st floor gets unlocked for them once again.
All right. Here it is. The underdog find a way back. Trying to stop Evil Geniuses from winning 2 rounds in a row, or Two-Face if they happen to win 3 in a row, and allowing EG to only win 1 more. We're going to go to an overtime scenario, but Geo is going to be the first to break double digits, getting 10 kills. Modiga left behind. Wasn't much he could have done with that frag grenade being kicked and thrown at him from Filthy. But once again, I want to thank everybody in chat for coming in tonight, taking a look at these matchups. We have some pretty good games. The first game of the day, we saw Luminosity with a forfeit and Drac Esports advance to the finals. This game will determine who will play in the finals against Drac Esports. Evil Geniuses currently about 2 rounds. Can they close it out? We do not want to see a 6 invitational performance at all.
Don't bring that one back on.
All right, let's close it.
All right, let's see what exactly EG are going to be able to bring to the table here now to try and finish this one out. As usual, there is still going to be presence up here on the 3rd floor in order to defend the 2nd floor site, but it is based on early and mid-round to try and delay the push from Two-Face and keep them away from the 2nd floor. Most importantly, keep them away from being able to do any sort of reconstruction, any sort of floor knockouts they might try to do here to make the site easier for them to take.
All right. Now it's going to be Crazy's turn to go ahead and look up any type of utility. In this case, it's going to be the Pest coming in from Mozzie to go ahead and hack drones. He's going to be useful when it comes to that. Also, he'll be able to spot players that are currently on their phones looking at cameras. So, there's a lot of use to this scanner at the moment. And Filthy, an upside down rappel. Trying to see if we could get a pick off of somebody, but he's just looking to where there's nobody at all. With the quick rotation, he's going to drop right down Red Hatch, and here it is. This is where they're going to have a battle to chase out the rovers.
Filthy will start opening up some more room for these guys to play with as that opens up the pathway leading into Christmas. Filthy, meanwhile, still going to look for players that might be over there by the Maestro spot, as well as hiding. Actually, over here towards Whitehall's and on the edge of Christmas. Geo is going to be able to spot out that drone just as he's about to round the corner. It's a good thing he does as well, as if he peeked a little bit further, he might have been a dead man. Best. 2 shots to take care of that real quick. Oh, and a bit of spam from Creators nearly finds. I believe that was Geo running back, but he's not going to be able to take him out. Modiga still has presence around the corner. The 90 turn at Whitehall here. Still going to be able to try and peek out and cause problems if he wants to.
Yeah, Creators, he's in a dangerous spot right now. He's continuously flirting with gunfire, flirting with the 1v1s. He's unsure where players are, but I just saw that ping, so that means that they have great drones in place to be able to call that out. Down the hatch, down the skylight is going to be Crazy. He's going to continue hunting down utility. But under a minute left now, they're going to have to act fast. Like, they're taking a lot of time here, and take your time, Crazy. Get rid of that hologram. Claymore being placed, and we're going to see them on the attack any moment now.
Claymore going down there means they may not use the white stairs as much and just try to take a different path in order to get them onto the site. They're running out of time though, and we're just now starting to see players throw drones down so they can actually make this hop and the run down red stairs to get closer to the site. So EG may be at an advantage just by the nature of time here. We will see though, as Creators is able to strike first, finds out Young and brings us into a 5v4.
Yeah, Two-Face on top, and this is what they needed, but look at the time, it's running down. fast. 20 seconds left to go, and Filthy is still on his drone. This is a time where he's going to have to kick up that nade and try to get another kill. He's going to throw it down white stairs. It's not going to connect. There's going to be a player in front of him and also to the right. With the pre-fire coming in, Mo Digga Geo is going to be able to rack up 3 kills, make that 4 in total for EG. Two-Face, they're going to lose that round to EG as they are now on map point. That, oh man, Two-Face, they had every advantage in the road, and it just seems like within that 10 seconds, it just all fell down, starting off with white stairs.
Somehow they were able to get to the plant, which was interestingly enough, considering how quickly the rest of them got shut down. But yeah, even then, it's denied very swiftly by EG. Basically just playing that one off for time. Two-Face not able to clear out the 3rd floor, and most importantly, drone out the 2nd floor quickly enough. And as such, they kind of have to rush the execute, and it goes as you'd expect. EG, crush it. And that is going to be them, as Veli said, going up on a map and match point.
This is hard to look at because Two-Face, they're doing the right things until the final 20 seconds. Like that's really it. Like you play the round perfect for, 2 minutes or whatnot. Then when it comes to those final 20 seconds to run in the site, frag out, and possibly get the diffuser down, if that's where you fell, I mean, you're going to have to take your time, make sure you have more time to be able to get in sight and have the intel needed. I just feel like they didn't have the intel, especially in the area of reading in white stairs. Like when he kicked that frag grenade and threw it down, that was just...
It was a Hail Mary frag.
Yeah, it was a Hail Mary. He was hoping for a prayer.
If he picked any other angle, he probably would have killed someone.
And the other part that sucks about that is the fact that once you threw that frag grenade down, EG saw that. They saw that, and when they heard the explosion, you had 2 people immediately turn their guns to that area. So that was a free kill for them in a 1v2.
10 seconds remaining.
So it's time to go into our next round, ladies and gentlemen. It could potentially be the last one for this match. EG doubling the score of Two-Face and only 1 away from closing out and go back to the original site that they won. So far, Two-Face has been unsuccessful in attacking this site. I can't recall if they managed to pick up a round here on defense or not. I think one of them might have come from this site.
All right, let's see if Two-Face has what it takes. You lose this, you're out of the game. Evil Geniuses looking to advance to the finals. 1 round is all they need. In order to go to overtime, the score is going to have to be 6-6, which means Two-Face are going to have to be perfect from this point on. And Filthy immediately getting rid of the hatch. I'm expecting a drop down any moment now on Two-Face. They're going to have to win 3 straight if they want a chance at winning the series.
All right, so got players moving down, pushing their way forward. And again, it's just going to be the usual process of just droning out the upstairs real quick and then trying to deal with any roamers that might be either here or on the 2nd floor. We, again, don't have a whole lot of that presence from EG. It wasn't needed on the first round that they played onto it. I think we might have 1 player roaming around the 2nd floor. Besides that, I think everybody is locked into the site or playing into the 1st floor. And actually, no one up here. Excuse me. The Silhouette's got the best of me again. So it is all 5 players hanging out, either in the site or roaming 1st floor.
One thing I really like is that Two-Face, they're wasting no time. They're pushing this extremely fast, and that's what they need. Just more time under their belt to go ahead and do what they need to do to get the necessary kills and information to push in the site. So, this is going to be Filthy's job. He's going to go ahead and do some remodeling, and so close. Oh, no.
Mind gamed.
Yes, Geo got the drop on Filthy. Maestro is able to get the first kill of the game.
Stay sharp.
And that's going to be EG continuing to hold an advantage here. Crazy. It's going to do a little bit of floor movement here to try and take out some of those batteries. Got one. I don't know if he got the 2nd one. It might have been left there, but hey, 1 missing is good enough. They can pop open that wall. And there we go. Just got to get rid of the electric claws too. There goes the battle.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
1 by 1, they just all fall down.
Stuck around there for too long, apparently, and gets a nice little C4 to the face as a present for deleting those batteries a few seconds prior. EG now at a 5v3.
Oh, look at this. We see the outline downstairs of Dream is. It's only a matter of time now. He has to hear creators coming down the stairs. This is where I want the Jaws theme song to, like, come on. It's like you know it's coming.
We got 1 player waiting right around the corner there for this push to come in. Haven't seen it commit itself to the site just yet. And again, Two-Face find themselves running out of time. As much as they tried to avoid this issue, they run headfirst into it once again. And are going to have to try and find some way to push this 3v5. Goo Mines, of course, is what he was shooting at. Was just randomly looking at something on the floor there. So he's going to be able to take out that mine, get rid of it, and obviously not get hit by it.
All right. 15 seconds left to go. It's going to be a 3v5. It's an uphill battle from here, and they do not have the time necessary to take a breath. As Young is able to get the double kill, taking out Butters. This is going to be it. Two-Face in a 1v5, and Evil Geniuses with a flawless win. They're going to knock out Two-Face and advance to the finals, where they will face off against Drac Esports.
Two-Face fall once again, just short of being able to qualify for those conference qualifiers. EG, on their first attempt to make it through this bracket throughout the entire season, are going to successfully make it to the grand finals, meaning they are only one more match away from those conference qualifiers and a few more from qualifying once again for the USN LAN. It's a good thing, too, as they did not leave themselves a whole lot of time to do it. So it's a good thing that we see EG coming out strong and closing out strong in these matchups, as you might have expected.
And so EG